Hi everyone, Michael from Bullion Now, bullionnow.com.au. This is number 2 in our series of interviews with people around the metal industry. So today we've got
Simon.
Simon's coming to have a talk to us about his collection and why he collects and those various things. So I've known Simon for a few years through one of the local forums down this way, and he's been into the shop a few times. And when he saw our request go out for an interview, he stuck up his hand and said, I'm quite happy to have a yarn on camera. So here we are today having a yarn on camera. So introduce yourself to us, mate.
I'm Simon. I've been a collector for about 4 or 5 years now. I like bars, I like medallions. At the moment I'm mainly into silver. I've got 2 little toddlers at the moment. Yeah, I live around Melbourne.
Yeah, good stuff. So you're more of a collector of bars than a stacker of metals, aren't you?
Yeah, I would place myself firmly amongst the collector. Yes, I'm after certain manufacturers and unique items.
Yeah, okay. Which is probably a bit different to a lot of people that are going to watch this video. This is almost the dark side. This is the side I come from, the collector's side. Unlike a lot of people on our channel and come through our shop, a lot of people start off as stackers, bullion stackers, and then later on they start collecting different bars and shapes and mints and that. You and I are coming from the other side, where I started off as a collector, and I've kind of got into bullion later on in life, and you kind of haven't crossed the line yet to the other side yet, have you? You're still on the collector's side.
Yeah, firmly on the collector's side, although I do have some, like I've got one 100-ounce silver bar,
yep,
which I bought from a silver stackers meeting.
Yeah, okay. Excellent. All right, so what have you brought in for us today?
I've brought in my 10-ounce bar collection and some interesting large silver medallions. Okay.
And we'll get Joe to do some B-roll on these close-ups so you can actually see what we're talking about. Let's pick one out. So what's the history of this one? This isn't a 10-ounce one, actually, is it?
No, this one's a 100-gram silver bar, which was produced in 2007 by a person known as Backyard Bullion.
Okay.
Backyard Bullion. He lives in the UK, and he's on many of the collector sites over there. And yeah, I thought it looked interesting. He likes it's hand poured and hand stamped.
Okay.
And he actually sends the bar to the hallmarking office for hallmarking.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay. So he takes it seriously.
He does.
And it's even numbered. So this is number 103.
Yes, I think he did about 200 in that series.
Okay. Oh, so this is a specific series of his. Fantastic. Okay. There's all sorts of odd shapes. This one's fascinating. Is this an old bar?
Yeah, this is an old Academy loaf bar, 10 ounces. It's also a cast one. I like the shape. It does remind me of a little loaf of bread almost.
Yeah.
Yes. So most of the other manufacturers like to produce more flatter forms.
Yeah, the form ones. Yeah. So where did you get this from?
I got this one on eBay from the US.
Oh, geez, your game shopping on eBay for this sort of stuff. Excellent. So did you have much trouble getting into the country? Or?
I've ordered a few things from overseas, and I've had no trouble so far getting things into the country. I find it interesting how some of the manufacturers label when it goes for delivery. I've had them, as metal bar, and as one was very interesting. It said metal art, and I thought,
okay. I've seen them come through as religious art.
Oh,
because that tends to stop them being stopped at the border for inspection if they're religious art. The other one we see semi-frequently is engineering supplies.
Oh,
so that's another one that comes through customs. So have you brought one? And I'm leading to something here. Have you brought any in recently, like say within the last 12 months or so?
In the last 12 months. I would have bought any particular bar.
Oh yeah, no, just generally. Have you brought any in? You've imported some from overseas in the last 12 months?
not to memory. Maybe these ones
Yeah,
were
okay.
closest to, maybe a bit more than a year ago actually.
Yeah, because we're hearing reports of GST issues crossing the border because of the new laws that are in now. They're basically GST everything. So even though these don't incur GST,
Yes.
Border Patrol seems to be saying, well, everything that comes in has GST on it. And I was just wondering if you'd hit a similar thing.
Not yet, but yeah, I've been mainly buying locally recently. So,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what are some of your local sources if you want to give them away? You don't have to.
No, that's fine. In the past, most frequently, eBay. Also on the silverstackers.com forum,
Yeah.
their trading forum, I purchased there. And actually gold dealers like yourself, Bullion Now, and to a lesser extent gold stackers.
Yeah, okay. Oh, good.
Yeah,
So you shop it around a bit.
Yes.
Excellent. Alrighty, I've got to do it. We've got to talk about this one.
Oh,
So
yes.
we'll get a close-up of this one. Tell us the history behind it.
I'm in a gentleman's club called the Royal Antediluvian Order of Buffaloes. It's a secret society, and I thought I'd get some silver bars made for them. So I went off. I bought some blank 10-ounce bars and decided to. I designed a stamp, and I had a go at it and created this bar.
Did you make the stamp yourself, or did you have it made?
I designed it on Photoshop and then got it manufactured.
Okay. Was that a difficult process?
I think anything's easy. I just looked up on YouTube how to, how to use Photoshop. I pulled off images from the internet and adjusted them and sent off the designs, and they produced the stamp.
Okay, so that was produced in Australia or overseas?
I got one done on eBay. It was cheap, but I found it was of poor quality, and I had one done it was actually Industrial Engravers Australia.
Okay.
And they're around Dandenong way, and they actually did a really good job for creating a stamp. Yeah.
Okay, so if anyone watching wanted to create a stamp, it's not a big deal?
No, just watch some YouTube, do some Photoshop, and send it off to a manufacturer, and away you go, you've got a stamp.
Yeah, we're actually having a stamp made for Bullion Now at the moment, and I can back up what he says. Don't go the cheaper eBay option. Spend the money on the stamp, it's worth it, trust me. So this has obviously got 2 stamps on it. So
Yes.
How did you go about putting the 2 stamps on?
Initially, I tried. I've got some terrible looking bars at home.
Okay, so this isn't the only one you've actually produced.
I made a few. I made a few of these. Initially, I was watching YouTube and watching other people stamp their bars, like Backyard Bullion, and you'll see him pull out a hammer and balance a stamp above the bar, and then have a hit, and he gets a clean print on it.
Yeah, okay.
It didn't happen for myself, so I thought to myself there has to be a better way, and I decided to buy a hydraulic press, 6-ton hydraulic press on eBay. They're not that expensive, less than $100, and it worked well. I just placed it under the hydraulic press, cranked it down, and it pressed it beautifully. Got a uniform finish. I think, yeah.
So is the first stamp, is this the hand stamp, or is this done with a hydraulic press as well?
This is also done with the hydraulic press, but it's not as good, but that's because of the stamp itself.
Yeah, okay.
Rather than, yeah.
Okay, so this was your cheap eBay stamp, and this second one. We'll get B-roll of it so you can see what we're looking at. So the bottom one was actually done with the the stamp from Dandenong.
Yes.
Whereas the other one was the not so good one.
One was done by a backyard producer, and the other one was done by a
professional. Yeah, because you can definitely see that the bottom half of the stamp is far superior.
Yes.
But interestingly enough, and again we'll get Joe to have a look at it, the bar has a bit of a banana to it.
That's
Why?
true. I think I got a bit too excited on the hydraulic press.
Okay.
Possibly I need to buy one that's a bit less than 6 ton, maybe a 3-ton hydraulic press, I think. And the surface that I was hitting it on was, it wasn't solid. It was it was a piece of wood.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe if I had an anvil, like
Yep.
a flat anvil, it would solve that problem.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fascinating. So what else have we got here?
We've got these are, I've got a number of large silver medallions. I really like large silver medallions. They all have, often they relate to a moment in history, and
Okay, so
yeah. This is, you've got,
Spanish Armada.
yeah, that's Sir Francis Drake.
Oh,
He was
okay.
a famous,
Explorer.
he was actually, the Spanish thought him a pirate, but he was a Vice Admiral of the English Navy.
Yeah, okay.
And knighted by Queen Elizabeth for services rendered. He was a privateer who, some people, the English thought he was, the head of the English Navy, or he could be considered a pirate, but I actually consider him a bullion collector, actually.
Okay, now you're going to have to enlighten us on that. Why?
Because there wasn't places like Bullion Now around, he went around and attacking Spanish treasure ships and relieving them of their gold and bullion, and then taking a bit for himself on the side.
Okay, and then releasing the rest back to the British government.
Yes.
So everyone has to pay their taxes. So, and you've got it in plastic. Why?
It just came in. This,
Okay, so you don't have them, because we call it slabbing.
Yes.
You don't have them slabbed yourself. You just buy them that way.
No, I haven't gone to the extent of
Grading and slabbing and that sort of stuff.
And that's one of the things I like about bullion, as opposed to coinage. Coins are often graded and you can't touch them and you can't clean them, but with bullion you can be quite rough with them.
Oh yeah.
And it's all intrinsic value.
Yeah. And it does, in fact, with a lot of bullion, you'll actually find the colorations over time actually increase its value. So if it is handled quite a bit, because that's what causes the tonings that you see in some of the older bars, you can actually find that increases the premium on them further down the track because it makes them look old.
Oh.
So just to throw another spin in there. It does depend on the colourings that you get, but yeah, quite often it's the oils that cause some of that colouring. So yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah.
So you've also got, this is an Elizabeth Jubilee.
Yeah, this is a silver jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II.
Yep.
It was just large. I like the detail. I think it's just large and magnificent.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I like the medallions as opposed to coins, because sometimes you buy coins and it's got the value. It could be a gold coin with $200 written on it, and I know the gold value of that coin is closer to $650.
Yes.
And I'm like, there's $200, but I know it's $600, and it's just irritating to me. So I like medallions, I'm safe, but I like sovereigns and things like that. They've got no denomination.
Yeah. So you collect sovereigns as well?
I do have a couple. I don't have any sovereigns at the moment, but I did have some sovereigns at one stage. Yeah.
Yeah. No, sovereigns are good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we like sovereigns around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, what's the last one that you've got there?
Oh, this one was this is a medallion from a 1992 Royal Ladies in Silver coin set.
Oh, I know the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ladies series. Yeah.
I just thought it looked quite impressive.
Yeah.
I like the design. It can be something as simple as that, which makes me want to purchase an item. And
So what's the driver behind your purchases? Is it just I like that picture, or I like that history, or is it because they're 10-ounce bars, or what drives you to say I want that piece over that piece?
It could be any of those factors, or usually a combination of it. I like something that's unique, interesting. I like something that's with the bars in particular. I prefer the cast bar. I think it's historically more appealing.
Yeah.
I like, rather than a straight manufactured look. But with the coins, I like a straight manufactured press look, rather than old hammered silver coin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you don't do the early ones like the ancient coins.
No.
Yeah, Roman coins, that type of thing.
And the premium on those is huge.
Can be horrendous.
And I don't know. I think with silver, it's quite safe. I can go out and buy a 10-ounce bar. I know its approximate value beforehand, so I'm not going to be fooled and overpay. Yeah.
Okay. This is a question I'm going to ask you, but it's a common question that I get from bullion stackers. Is why on earth would I collect this? It's only worth 10 ounces of silver. It's never worth any more than that. Would you pay more than 10 ounces of silver for a bar or a medallion that you like the look of?
Absolutely yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely yes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why. Maybe I have a collector's gene in me. I used to collect, at one stage I collected stamps, I've collected coins, and then I've since moved on to bars and medallions. And
you still have your stamp collection?
No, I don't.
You got rid of it?
No, yes, I don't have it anymore. It was just full of well, nothing important. Nothing. There was no penny blacks or anything like that. It was all just
normal stuff.
Yeah, normal stuff. I remember going down to shops to get these huge plastic packets full of world stamps, 200 world stamps, floating them off in a pot. This was when I was a child. Floating them off in a pot, drying them on a tea towel, and then placing them in the album, thinking that they'll be worth a huge amount in the future.
Get a retire on. Yeah, I think we all did that at some stage. But it's a concept that I find bullion stackers can't grasp. Is I would pay, this is 10 ounces of silver.
Yes.
Currently, it's worth, silver value is a bit over $250. And if it was sitting on a shelf in a shop like ours as a straight bullion bar, we might charge $280 for it, for example. Yeah. Whereas this one, you would quite happily pay more than that because of its collector's premium to you.
Yes, I would, and I actually did. I liked it. I had to import it from the US to Australia. For this one in particular, I liked the loaf. The loaf shape was enough for it to convince me. And I knew Academy had shut down or changed its name.
It's shut down and merged.
And that was sufficient motivation for me to say, hey, I may not be able to get this one easily in future as bullion collecting becomes more popular.
Yeah. You realise we've just inflamed the channel because we're going to get a lot of people going, oh, you're nuts, you're mad, no one's ever going to do that. And then others are going to say, well, because I lean a little bit your way as well, I'm quite happy to pay a bit more for those collector items. My example is always when we have this discussion that there's no way you'd buy the Mona Lisa for price of canvas plus paint, which is what people are trying to convince me to pay on a 10-ounce bar, just the base metal. You'd never see that equivalent in other areas. People don't pay for their cars scrap value. They'll spend 20 or 30 grand or 40 or 100 grand on a new car. They don't expect to pay metal value only. But when it comes to a bar, for some reason we seem to switch on and go, it's only worth metal. It's only ever worth metal value. So now I've upset most of the audience here. We might move on. So when you're not collecting bars, what do you do?
What do I do? On Friday night I have a regular poker game with some friends of mine.
Fantastic.
I do that.
Silver only when you're betting, or?
No, it's fiat.
Oh no, fiat currency. All right.
Yep. $20 buy-in and pizzas are there.
Fantastic.
And at the moment, my two little toddlers are occupying a lot of my time.
I can't imagine that.
Yes.
Being the father of several kids, they do take up quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
Alrighty, good stuff. We haven't talked about this one yet.
Oh, this one was from, I bought it from Jaeger's poured silver.
Yeah.
Although on the back it's got HAC mint. Maybe they were selling it on behalf of another manufacturer.
Yeah, okay, I don't know that one. I recognise it actually as a Jaeger bar.
Yeah.
And it's still sealed in its bag. Don't ever open the bag. Adds to the value.
When I saw it on the screen, I saw a 5-ounce pyramid, and I thought I can put this as a showpiece on my bookshelf. And then I got it, and it's
tiny.
I'm thinking the kilo bar won't be much better. You've got to spend an arm and a leg to actually get a sculpture out of these things. But Yeah, but I got it, and it's 5 ounces. It's nice. Yes. So it's
and they're worth quite a bit.
It's made into my collection, are they?
Oh yeah, they are. They're worth quite a bit. So don't, like I said, don't open the bag.
Yeah.
That is the one thing with collectibles, and I don't know if people watching know this, but keeping them as original as you can, not cleaning them. I know Simon mentioned a little while ago that he didn't like coins because you can't clean them, and that is one thing. The more original they are, the more they are worth. So where you can, leave them in their original manufacturer's packaging. Where you can, don't clean them. Allow that toning to develop and those sorts of things. And you'll actually find in a lot of cases that increases the value of them far more. So I encourage you to not tamper with that one as much as you can hold off.
All right,
but we all like touching. It's all good fun. Excellent. So what do you do in the real world?
In the real world, for a living, I work as a hospital scientist. Yeah, I testing blood, totally removed from metals, coins, and bullion. Yeah.
So this is an outlet rather than an income.
Yeah, this is just a pleasant. This is just a pleasant hobby, actually. Yeah, and I also like studying investments, if you could say, almost.
Okay.
Trading CFDs and.
So we're right out there on the fringe CFDs.
Yes, and looking up, profitable stock market systems and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you trade a lot?
Yeah, I do. I always have some sort of trades on.
Okay. Yeah. So do you favour metals, or do you favour, shares, or
Shares.
foreign currencies, or?
I stay away from foreign currencies. I do trade metal CFDs to a certain extent. I have a little system there. And I've got a system for the stock market as well, the stock market timing system. You can time the stock market. Don't believe what they say.
And you find it profitable?
Yeah, I find it enjoyable, and I do find it profitable.
Yeah.
It's more of a buy and hold system, actually. It's not much trading goes on, but yes.
It's good fun. It goes along with your poker, doesn't it?
It does. Probabilities.
Yeah.
Probabilities and yeah.
Probability is great as long as you risk manage.
Yes.
We talked about that earlier. Excellent. All right, I think we've covered it.
Yep.
Is there anywhere that you'd recommend people go if they want to find out more about gold and silver, or about collecting bars or coins or secret societies or anything along those sorts of lines?
I'll stick to gold and silver. Yeah, I would recommend people go to the silverstackers.com website. There's a lot of Australians who on that site in particular.
Yeah, a lot of Americans on there too these days as well, which is good, and some Europeans. Just want to get it out there. We're not actually affiliated. We push Gold Stackers quite a bit. We're actually not affiliated with Gold Stackers at all. As a company, we just recognise that they're one of the better forums around. So we encourage people to go there. So it's interesting that you've recommended Gold Stackers. Silver Stackers. I slipped up there, didn't I? I'm mentioning the competition. Silver Stackers forum. So they're really good. The information you can drag off there is fascinating. Yeah. So yeah, highly recommend Silver Stackers. Excellent. All right. Well, thanks very much for coming in to talk to us. Now we do. All our guest speakers, we give a 1 ounce coin to. So
wow.
I'm going to give the pot, and I'm going to give you a chance to have a rummage through there. And hang on a sec. I actually have the pot here. So mate,
is this a blind?
No, mate. You can take your pick. This is our low premium stack, and you can pick out anything you like. If you want to take one of the sealed bags, I'll trim it off the other ones. So we'll let Simon rummage through there and pick out what he wants. And I'll say thanks for watching, and we'll talk next time. So yeah.